I have a hard time making anything short, Ryan, but I'm going to tell you my life story briefly. Try. I love to talk, so remind me when I get carried away, okay, Ryan?
I see trees of
Good students make good teachers, and good teachers make good students. I always believe that. I've been a teacher for little children, especially just kindergarten and first grade, for almost 30 years. They said 29 point something years. But I've been a lifelong learner, and I can proudly say that I really try to be the best teacher I can be throughout all those years. And more than all the curriculums that we had to teach, I always knew that encouraging and guiding young children to be curious about their surroundings and the world, and becoming lifelong learners was the most important job that I had as a teacher. I tried to help the second language learners, especially the immigrant children who needed help from someone who had a first-hand experience that they themselves were going through. All my life in Korea, I was told I was ugly, too dark, I was a tomboy, a horrible student, a bully. I had the worst self-esteem as a child growing up in Korea, from 7 to 14. I was born in 1953 to 60s in Korea in 50s and 60s was a very difficult time in Korea. Right after the Korean War, I think war ended like 51. So we lived in Busan, which was the most southern part of Korea. There were a lot of poor people. Actually, the refugees from northern part of Korea came down to Busan to live, and we had orphans and beggars who came to our doors every evening or every day for food. And we had some orphan children in my classrooms. It was a hard, cruel, kind of violent times, even at school. Teachers abused children, especially those orphan children, physically and verbally, over things that children had no control over, like not bringing tuitions and things. One of my dreams as a child was, we lived not too far from the hills, was to watch the kids on the hills carrying water buckets from well to well. I used to sit and throw that. And I used to design an orphanage for them with a big bathtub because they were always dirty. I wanted to bathe them and have a huge kitchen to cook for them and nice classrooms where they had all the wonderful things in the classroom that they didn't have to worry about paying for. And that really was one of my dreams. I still sometimes think about that. You know, coming to the United States was the best thing that ever happened to me. I was meant to be here. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I came to the United States when I was 14 years old. Actually, April 1st of 1968. I went to Mount Vernon Junior High School. As an 8th grader, an ESL student, I had a wonderful, wonderful ESL teachers who were so warm and loving. You know, they used to sing and cooked. I don't know, actually, I don't think they cooked as much, but I didn't even know who Beatles were. They used to play guitar and teach us yesterday, I think, Beatles songs. It was a very nice experience. I think teaching at Coenga for kindergarten, especially for 14 years, was like a rehabilitation, therapeutic experience for me. I had very bad experience in school starting from kindergarten, so it helped me recreate a kind of environment that I didn't have in Korea, and I undo the things that I have seen or that has been done to me. And because of that, it was a very, very good experience for me. And I especially thank Mr. Miller, my first boss, who just had a blind faith in me after graduating from UCLA with no experience in teaching. He hired me as the first Korean bilingual teacher at his school and just supported me and made my life really easy for me as a teacher. And I grew a lot as a person and as a teacher professionally too. And my second boss, Lloyd Howsky, who was a great teacher of teachers too, and I learned so much from him about instruction. And I think, as we all would say, a lot of other teachers would say that, or the administrators now. He was very supportive, he was loving, and always was a great friend. I felt we had a lot of things in common. He loved art, loved talking about love and relationships. Neo Buscalia, we spent a lot of good times. And that was another wonderful, positive experience from Coenga.
I watched them bloom for me and you.
On the day of LA riot, from Koreatown, Coenga Elementary School to La Crescenta, it took me more than 3 hours to drive home. And my children were very young, and there was 2. Nick was 1 at home with Livy and Nanny. I decided that I needed to find a job that was closer to home. So I moved on and looked for a job in La Cuneta Unified. Someone, actually a mutual friend, told me about this job in La Cuneta, and met Jim Davis, who was a very inspiring, wonderful mentor. He just gave me blind faith that I would do a good job. He said, there's no description for this job. It was a job as a district ESL coordinator. It had never been done. I mean, not to the extent that I did. I wrote my own job description. I did state compliance program, trained teachers on sheltered ESL methodology for the whole district. Actually, I did 1 or 2. I did multicultural exhibits for all the limited, actually only at Palmcrest, not all. And so many things that I would have never have done. I trained ESL teachers. I made wonderful friends there too. it was a wonderful experience. I had to move on after he left, and a lot of changes in the district. After, I would say, 8 years of working as an ESL coordinator, I took a whole year off